Hello and welcome in this video. In this video, we'll cover the basics of Figma. This video is going to be very basic and I'm going to provide a playlist where we're going to start from basics to advanced. Let's cover the basic tools of Figma. So to design something, you need a canvas, a blank canvas. For that, you can simply go to the Add option given above like this and tap here, you'll get the canvas. And if you want to go to home page, here is the option for the blank canvas. To begin with, I got this blank canvas and I want to name it as traveling app. Let's say I'm designing an app that serves for the traveling purposes. Now let's cover these tools. In this video I'm going to cover this one and given here, let's do it. This is a very basic tool. This is the very basic thing that every app has. The quick navigations to the app. Now when you see this is a tool where you're going to use that is going to be used for the moment. Like if you want to move the frame, like let's say I took this frame and I want to move this, I can simply tap V and see I'm going to add V, tap V and see I can move my frame easily in my canvas. And if I want to scale it, I'll simply tap K and I'll get the axis to scale it. See? I can change the width and the height of this frame. Now we covered this move and scale option. Okay, now alright, so let's see this frame option. This will give you region to design. If you see, when I tap here, I got these pretty options. If I'm designing a frame or my design is for phone, I'm going to tap here and I'll get the frames for my design. Let's say I'm designing a mobile app and I'm going to design it for iOS. So I'm going to tap here and I got this. Simple. And now if you see, there are a lot of options like tablet, desktop, presentation, watch, paper, and there's a lot more. Now we're going to cover this. This is the shape tool where you're going to get shapes. Now for rectangle, simply tap R, and for line there is L, shift L for arrow, and for ellipse you can simply tap O and you'll get this polygon and star and so much more. Let's cover this amazing tool. This shapes. If I want to change the radius of the corners, I'm simply going to tap here and can drag it in and see I can change the radius. Now I can change it from here as well, and if I want to change the radius individually, I can go tap here and I'll get the access to individual corner. Let's say I don't want to change the radius. I want to fix the radius as it was for this corner. So I'm going to tap here. I'm going to say 0 and see? Easy, isn't it? And now if I want to fill the color, I'm going to go to the fill option and can change the color of my shape. Now this option is for opacity. I can fix the opacity from here and by simply dragging it. I took the RGB, you can take hex, CSS, HSL, HSB. Alright, and now if I want to change the style of the color, I can go to the gradient. Now in gradient you can see I can fix or add shades in my shape. Now there are options for radial, angular and diamond. let's cover these first. I would say I'll take this and I'm going to duplicate it so I can tell you about each and every D. See? Okay. Now let's cover the radial. If I say I took the color red and we'll say radial, I can drag it here, can drag it here, and if I say I want to give it here and want to change the color of this one to this and turn the opacity and to here. See, it's good. Now I am going to give example of another one. Let's say I'm going to drag it here, going to take angular. Now I'm going to add more color. Let's say here I'm going to add black, and for this I'm going to take white, right? If I want to give it a metallic effect, I can simply give it a metallic effect by choosing this one. And if I go here, I'm going to add one more and this and change the opacity for this. I'm going to change the opacity, and I want to drag it here, drag this here, and say here. For this, turn the opacity 0. And going to drag it here. For this one, I'm going to change it to this. Done. See? Now I want to give the diamond effect. Let's say I want to give the diamond effect. Let's choose the color. This. Another color. This. Two. Another one. Let's say this. Alright? And let's say now I'm going to take the shade of purple. Then the opacity, the darker one, say this, and for this, let's say this, and now I'm going to drag it a bit more and a bit more. See? This is easy. Now if I want to give a picture, I want to give, like, add a picture inside this. Now I can simply tap here and get the picture. Choose image. Let's say I'm going to choose an image from my existing image from desktop. Let's see if I have any. Open. Okay, see, this one is a logo I've designed. Well, see, and now you can even set the you have settings for the image. See, okay. Now if I want to add a video, I can even add a video, but I'm not going to because I don't have right now. So simply tap it here. Okay. Now Oh, let's delete it. Now we've learned about these things. Now if I want to add strokes to this shape, I'm going to tap here. It will give outline to the shape, and I can even fix the thickness of this outline from here. You can see this, right? And if I want to change the color, I can change the color. See, it's simple, and I can give it to center, I can give it to outside, and can give it to inside. Okay, if I want to remove this stroke, I'm going to tap here. It will remove, but I won't. Let's say I added this and I'm giving this. No, I don't want to give this. I want to give this, right? And now let's see effect. Effect will give the shadow, like it's selected by default drop shadow. You can choose inner shadow, layer blur, background blur. I'm going to choose the drop shadow. It will automatically give shadow effect to this shape. I can fix the x-axis and y-axis, and can fix the color as well. See, I'm not going to take this one, and change opacity, right? And can even change the blur. See, just like this, right? And now you want to export this in your gallery. You can choose the quality right here. It is given here, and like I want to take PNG, I can take PNG, JPG, SVG, and PDF, and can export it. Now if you want to see how it will look, you can tap here for the preview and see. Okay, now let's see these. This one is the option. This one is the tools for pen and pencil. You can tap P and get the pen, and shift P for pencil. Let's say I'm going to take the pen, and let's say, yeah, okay. And once you're done with this, you can tap here, done. And if you see, you have access to make like you can make any kind of shape. See, I got this, and done. See, so now if you see, this one is the tool for plugins. You can insert image, you can add icons, arcs, and so much more. You don't have to go from this app to Chrome and search specifically from side to side. You can easily type the plugin, like I'm going to use Unsplash. Let's say I want to add image in my shape, so I'm going to take plugin, tap in on Unsplash, and say traveling, right? I tap it here. I want to use an image, like I say I'd use this image, and see, now I take this one, and I think this is too bright for me, let's say, and I want to fix the contrast. I can simply fix the contrast. It's not that bright that it was, and there are so much more you can fix, like exposure, saturation, temperature, tint, and highlights and shadows, right? And now if I want to fix the radius, as I told you, I can fix it here. See, it's good. Now this one will help you to move this thing that you've created, right? And if I want to change this, I'm designing in a team and I want to change this, and I want to tell my other teammates that I want to change this. So you can simply go to this option. You can tap it here, and you can add the comment like I want to change I want to change this image. And now whenever your anyone else is going to open it, like your roommate, your project mates, they can easily tap here and see what you have mentioned, like I want to change the image, and they'll change it. You don't have to call them, right? It's easy. Now in this video we covered this. In another video we'll cover this part, and it's going to be interesting. Stay tuned and stay creative.